Let me give them that. Yeah, well, wow. First, good afternoon, everyone. It is certainly a great day to be out here, and you don't get a chance to do this. I know Paul's been up here a few times. It is a different scene when you're standing up here to see the level of community that's here for this recognition, the levels of folks that are here from all around, the things that they might have been doing differently, but I know, and I'm pretty sure all the rest of us know, there was no way that we weren't going to be here today. Right? Because we did not want to hear Paul, not the sound of the train, but the sound of Paul's voice that would echo in our ear, because we know whose shoulders that we stand on. And both George and Andrea and certainly Steve and everyone else is going to say a lot of the same thing as far as the shoulders that we stand on. I know I wouldn't be standing here without Paul Red. But Paul Red and I's conversations, and Orial was from our NACP family, when he said, "You're doing what?" And he said, on how you should do that. And when he was looking around and trying to make sure that we had justices that were going to be able to be in a different place, whether it was Kathy Davidson when she was running for clerk, because he was at that table when that happened, because they wanted to do something different, and Paul would not let that happen. When Andrea was running, and between the three amigos in that room, two of them being one M. Paul, and the other one is David A. Ford, to make sure that there was a path, the conversations that would happen. And I know that today, and I know we don't plan things a certain way, God plans those things. And today we're doing a lot of history. So for the county, we're doing Revolutionary 250, kickoff, etc., up in Croton Point Park. But it was talking about the history and the integration of that history and the complicated parts of that history. The history that some people would like to erase right now, because no one likes telling the hard stuff. No one wants to tell us the difficult parts of the story. But if you don't tell the difficult part of the story, you can't talk about the glory of the story. You can't talk about the success that we've had. You can't talk about Paul and Orial Red if you don't talk about Rye County. And Rye, the city of Rye, give it up for Rye itself, our leaders, Marion Ingraham, all of the folks that are engaged in doing this, the city council, everyone pushing forward, the NACP, the committee, the Rye Democratic Committee, was working all of these folks together, because you got to be in a certain place and confident about yourself to be able to tell those parts of history when you see a sign, because someone's going to say, what does M. Paul and Orial Red mean? And I know the local municipalities, newsletters and newspapers and posts, whether it's Rye Record or My Rye or anything else, and no doubt in the county press, and no doubt in the national newspapers, no doubt to continue to tell the story of how bad things were in order to do that. But it also talks about our family in a way to say we all are connected in that family, and why it's important to do these things in these challenging times. Because if we didn't have the Kunslers and the Sterlings working with the Reds to do the things that happened, and everyone pulling together, we would not be here.
Right.
We would not be here. So it's always a privilege for me to stand up and know that I'm the first, but we're not about making history. We're all about making a difference. And we have too many people to go through the list that have made history here in Westchester County. But Westchester's intersection in our national, our American story is so important. And that's why I know I'm proud to be standing here, sitting here, listening to everyone, but more importantly, echoing the praise of M. Paul Red and Orial Red, and the work that they continue to do and shine down on us, that we're trying to make a difference, that we know that if we did not do that, forget about and Paul for a second. That quiet conversation with Mama Orial was just as powerful, just as loud, and just as impactful. So again, congratulations to the family because of this recognition, everyone putting together, and we know we're going to keep going because of the work that they did. And Paul Red and Orial Red. Thank you so much.